Hello yoga friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica and this is the 31-day yoga challenge where we do 20 minutes of yoga a day for 31 days. Today is day 15 and today's theme is to flow. We won't be needing any props today, and as always there is a free playlist linked down below in case you want to listen to some tunes while you practice. Without further ado, let's get started here in wide knee child's pose. So bringing feet together, knees about as wide as the mat. Let's exhale that forehead down onto the mat. Bring those arms towards the front of the mat, maybe keeping a slight bend in the elbow or keeping them straight. And we'll flutter the eyes closed or take a soft gaze and begin to find an even breath. In and out through the nostrils, deep into the belly. Noticing how being folded over might affect your breath. Maybe you feel your lower back expanding and contracting a little bit more. And we'll begin our practice by setting an intention. Anything that comes to mind is wonderful. And if nothing comes to mind, you can always use this one. I embrace the rhythm and flow of my own heart. I embrace the rhythm and flow of my own heart. And whatever intention you chose for yourself today, begin to inhale that through the nose, deep into the belly. And open the mouth, sigh, exhale out anything extra that you may have brought onto your mat today. Let's take that one more time, inhaling through the nose, deep into the belly. And open the mouth. Sigh, exhale out anything extra. Coming back to your even breath, knowing you can always come back to your intention throughout practice and perhaps throughout the rest of your day today. On your next inhale, we're going to walk ourselves over to the right, exhaling that forehead back down to the mat, straightening through that left arm, opening through the left side body here for 2 rounds of breath. And next inhale, let's walk over to the left, exhaling that forehead down to the mat, straightening through that right arm, opening that right side body for 2 rounds of breath. And next inhale, let's walk ourselves back to center, exhaling that forehead down to the mat. So next inhale, we're going to find some more dynamic cat-cows here. And we're going to start with cat. So we're going to inhale, drop the chin into the chest, rounding the spine here, finding our way into a tabletop, and then exhaling to cow by dropping the belly, looking up to the sky. And then inhale, dropping chin to chest, rounding the spine. And sitting back down into a child's pose. Your knees may come in a little bit further than they were. Inhaling, finding that rounding of the spine, moving through the tabletop, and then exhaling to cow. Let's find that one more time. Inhaling, rounding down into that child's pose. And then coming back up into tabletop and coming to cow. And then inhale, tabletop. We're going to flex the feet from here, walk the palms slightly forward, and press the hips up and back, finding our first downward facing dog today, maybe pedaling through the feet or generously bending the knees, making sure the feet are hip-width distance or wider, shoulders down and back, neck nice and released, eyes of the elbows pointed towards the front of the mat, and all 10 fingers spread wide. We'll stay here 3 more rounds of breath, finding some organic movement or breathing in stillness. on your next inhale, rise up to the balls of the feet. Step, hop, or float forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roll up the spine one vertebrae at a time to Tadasana, mountain pose. Arms down by the sides, palms facing the front of the mat. And then inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, plant the palms, step, hop, or float back. Flow as you so choose. And I'll meet you in downward facing dog for 5 rounds of breath. We're going to be holding our down dogs for 5 full rounds of breath today, making sure that when we come back to this posture, we're coming back to our breath, maybe even back to our intention that we set at the beginning of class. And on your next inhale, let's rise up to the balls of the feet. Step, hop, or float forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, shoulders down and back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to the sky, arms overhead. Let's shift the weight onto the left leg and place that right foot behind us in high crescent. And then exhale, open to warrior 2. Flipping the left palm towards the sky, reaching towards the front of the mat. Exhale, reverse your warrior for 1 round of breath. Inhale, back to warrior 2. Exhale, left forearm to left thigh, right arm overhead, extended side angle. 1 round of breath. Inhale, back to warrior 2. And we're going to speed that up a little bit, maintaining that breath. So flipping the left palm towards the sky, reaching towards the front of the mat. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, warrior 2. We'll take that 2 more times. Flipping that palm towards the sky, reaching towards the front of the mat. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, warrior 2. Flip that left palm towards the sky, reach towards the front of the mat. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, extended side angle, making sure those abdominals are nice and activated. Inhale, warrior 2. And then exhale, cartwheel the hands down to the mat, step the left foot behind you, and flow as you so choose. I'll meet you in downward facing dog for 5 rounds of breath. And next inhale, we're going to rise up to the balls of the feet. Step, hop, or float forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to the sky, arms overhead, shifting the weight onto the right leg this time, and placing that left foot behind you. Exhale, open to warrior 2. Flipping that right palm towards the sky, reaching towards the front of the mat. Exhale, reverse your warrior, 1 round of breath. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, right forearm to right thigh, left arm overhead, extended side angle, 1 round of breath. Inhale, back to warrior 2. Let's take that a little quicker here by flipping that right palm towards the sky, reaching towards the front of the mat. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale, back to warrior 2. Exhale, extended side angle, left arm overhead. Inhale, warrior 2. Flip that right palm towards the sky, reach towards the front of the mat. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, warrior 2. Flip that right palm towards the sky, reach towards the front of the mat. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. And inhale, warrior two. Let's exhale, cartwheel those palms down to the mat. Step the right foot behind you, flow as you so choose. And I'll meet you in downward facing dog. 5 rounds of breath. And on your next inhale, rise up to the balls of the feet. Step, hopper, float forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to the sky, arms overhead, and exhale, sit down into Utkatasana chair pose, feet together or hip width distance. Making sure our shoulders are directly over our knees and we can see all 10 toes. We'll stay here for 3 more rounds of breath. Maybe our exhales getting a little deeper into this. And next, inhale, straighten both knees. Maybe bring the palms flat on the back, fingers facing towards the earth. Elbows coming in toward one another. Let's exhale and begin a back bend as deep as your body wants to go today. Next, inhale, come back up into Tadasana mountain pose, arms overhead, and exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, plant the palms, step, hopper, float back, flow as you so choose, and I'll meet you in downward facing dog. 5 rounds of breath. And on your next inhale, we're going to move into a high plank here, making sure the core is activated, wrists directly under the shoulders. Next exhale, we're going to come down onto our forearms. For forearm plank, option to always drop your knees here. Next inhale, we're going to walk back up into high plank. 1 round of breath. And next, exhale, walk back into forearm plank. Next, inhale, walk back up into that high plank. And one more time, we're going to exhale, lower down into forearm. And inhale into high plank. And next, exhale, lower all the way down onto the mat. Beautiful work. Next inhale, we're going to press back and find a seat on our bums. Bringing legs straight out in front of us, flexing the feet, sitting up in a nice staff pose, making sure shoulders are down and relaxed. Let's inhale, both arms overhead, and exhale, fold over those legs. Maybe placing palms on the shins, or maybe around the balls of the feet or the heels. Just releasing here. Finding that even breath once more. We'll stay here for 3 more rounds of breath. And on your next inhale, roll up the spine to a seated position, extending those arms towards the front of the mat. And exhale, roll down 1 vertebrae at a time, all the way onto your back. And once you're there, let's inhale that right knee into the chest and exhale, cross that right leg across the body. As you come to a supine twist, making sure that right shoulder remains in contact with the earth, an option to gaze over those right fingertips. Next inhale, we're going to inhale that right knee back into the chest and exhale that right leg down. Inhale, left knee into the chest and exhale that right leg across the body for a supine twist on the opposite side, making sure that left shoulder remains in contact with the earth. An option to gaze over the left fingertips. And next inhale, let's bring that left knee back into the chest and exhale that left leg down. We're going to bend through both knees, bringing soles of the feet onto the earth, setting up for bridge pose, making sure legs are hip width distance, arms down by the side here. And inhale, press the pelvis up in the air. We're going to take one long bridge here. So option to stay here, or maybe bind your hands on the mat, walking your shoulder blades in, finding a little bit more height. Option to also activate the glutes, but if that pinches the lower back, deactivate them. And also, option to lift those heels off the mat. Wherever you are, let's stay for 2 more rounds of breath. And on your next exhale, gently lower that pelvis back down to the earth. Inhaling both knees into the chest. Option to grab on the outer edges of the feet, moving into happy baby, knees into armpits. Taking 3 more rounds of breath in this posture, or maybe another posture that will serve you better today. And then very slowly releasing and moving into your Shavasana for the day. Maybe taking a constructive rest by keeping the knees bent, or maybe taking a traditional Shavasana, bringing your arms out by the sides, or maybe palms resting on the belly and or heart, fluttering the eyes closed or taking a soft gaze, adjusting any clothing or hair that might be distracting. Scanning the body for any tension. We can exhale and allow yourself to stop being a human doing and just be a human being. I will let you know when it's time to come out of your Shavasana, but for now, simply rest. welcome to stay in your Shavasana for as long as you'd like. But if you'd like to close out class with me, begin to bring awareness back to your breath, introducing some movement into your body, maybe by wiggling your fingers and toes, rolling through the wrists and ankles, maybe reaching the arms overhead for a good morning stretch, or bringing the knees into the chest, giving yourself a nice big hug, finding whatever organic movement wakes the body back up. And then we're gently going to roll onto one side, finding a fetal position, using your bottom arm as a pillow, keeping the knees bent. And on your next inhale, gently pressing your way up into Sukhasana, easy pose, perhaps keeping your eyes closed or in a soft gaze, bringing hands to heart center. I want to thank you for coming to practice with me today, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. We'll close our class with the sound of Om, inhaling through the nose deep into the belly. And bringing thumbs to third eye. May the light and love in me recognize and honor the light and love in you. Namaste.